Hello, I am Planet Goddess, and about a year ago, I started work on a project that is very different from anything I've ever posted on this channel before. Since I've gotten pretty far into it, basically done, without releasing a video, I'm going to go through all of my backlogs and explain the processes that are recorded of building this monstrosity that I've been slowly piecing together from the summer of 2018 up until about now when I'm releasing this. This project, which I've been speaking in vague terms about, and as the title would probably give you a hint towards, is a Cyberpunk City platform. As many of you know, I am not exactly a LEGO City channel. I tried being a LEGO Haul channel for like 2 videos, and that didn't work out, but I think this could be a really successful and insightful thing. Whenever I watch Beyond the Brick videos, one of the first questions that they ask is, how did you do this? The last question is always, what tips would you give to other builders? And since this is something that's so unique, I've seen a lot of mishaps with buildings in this genre of MOC, I wanted to document and then show everyone the process of building this. Please do keep in mind that this was the first time I was ever recording my voice on screen, so it was really awkward at first. But eventually, through all my documentation, I'd become a lot better of a videographer, I think. I mean, I'm still using a PS4 mic for this. But, you know, that's just my humble opinion. However, over time, the video quality does, like, objectively get better, even if my angle's down. Thankfully, because I have a lot of hindsight, as of now, a year's worth of it, I have a lot of places where I can fill in the gaps with stuff I know now, with tips I didn't realize I didn't say, and the knowledge where a lot of these little intersecting lines eventually came up to be. Though, I won't try to spoil things, you know? To begin, I'll be talking about my inspirations. You know, none of this is exactly one-to-one, and I'm not trying to, emulate anyone, but these people, these builds, these pictures were things that kind of got me going inside of my planning phases, my bricklink ordering phase, and a lot of my building phase. This encompasses ideas I wanted to apply not only to my universe building, but to the build itself. And without further ado, let's get into it. To start off is this build. Now, I wish I could credit this, but I honestly have no clue who built this. It's on so many websites, it is in so many videos, and I cannot get a reliable, consistent source on who or what organization built this. I am so sorry about that. If you know, please inform me in the comments, and I'll probably, link it or put it in a top comment or card it. I have no clue how to do any of that, but I'll figure out just so people know who built this amazing build. You may be looking at this and saying, what is setting this apart from any other sci-fi build other than the fact that it's beautiful, amazing, and massive? Well, a lot of the stuff I've seen on Flickr, such as builders like H2Bricks, sci-fi builds, tend to be buildings on top of buildings instead of, like a city. I wanted to get the feeling that there is infrastructure here. I wanted to have the feeling that these were planned to look this way and weren't just built on top of each other. I didn't want it to feel like everything was just slapped on as an afterthought. Now, don't get me wrong, that is its own flavor of cyberpunk build, but that's just not what I wanted to do. Also taken from this example is the idea of a seasteading platform. Although it will eventually not be one, spoiler alert, my initial idea was to have this be in the ocean and have a city around this with this as a centerpiece. The second major inspiration was Night City from the Cyberpunk 2077 trailer, pretty much entirely from the 3 images shown to you. Although it seems counter to my dislike of the haphazard building on top of building sci-fi style I literally just talked about, when you look at the way the buildings weave in and around each other, into each other, and most importantly, the public transit, you see a lot more planning than a glance would give off. Plus the style is just, kind of cool. Lastly is the penultimate influence I'll speak about for this video before we get into the build vlog section. LEGO friends. Now, I don't mean to be that one female fan stereotype of LEGO, but there is absolutely a reason for this, and it's that LEGO Friends is the best theme in the entire world for making a cyberpunk build, and I will stand by that fact. Its colors are vibrant, which really matches most cyberpunk color palettes. It's a theme that reliably and consistently produces very good-looking, cheap buildings. Unlike Star Wars, Nexonites, or cities, its edges can twist, turn, or conform, and there is an abundance of commercial and residential buildings in the line. Now, you may wonder about the backs, but when they're crammed together, the back doesn't really matter that much, is often kind of a hindrance. You soon see me stacking the back edge of set plates on top of each other, and speaking of, their large pseudo base plates are amazing for setting down foundation platforms. I really want to preach the Friends gospel a little bit more, but I've stalled the building enough. And guess what? There is more stalling to come. Welcome to the planning stage.
Alright, before we get into any of the actual building, I do want to show off some plans that I have written down. So what we have here is 9 base plates in checkerboard, as you can see. And this is going to be the first level of the city. In the middle, right there, we have the road. And that's going to be... I'm not going to have to build that inside of this little layout here, but there'll be road that comes up from out of the ocean and then goes back down into the ocean on either side of this platform. And on either side of the road, we'll have platform 1 and platform 2, and those will have building section 1 and building section 2. These squares that you see will be large supports. They'll be around 6x6. I guess I feel like that would be a good amount or a good size. And these are going to be roughly 1x6 or 1x8 or 1x4. I'm not sure. Just their dedicated support is all that's needed to know. So that's going to be inside of each of these areas where you see a red dotted, or dash, I guess. Over here we have an ad, because it's cyberpunk, I guess. It's going to be hanging over a walkway that connects both of them. And I'm thinking of putting a walkway here, but I'll need to see about that. Over here we have level 2. Level 2 isn't going to be done for a bit, but I do have the plans outlined for it, so... Continuing on, excuse me, with the 9 base plates, we have all of the supports here, outlined here, and those will be holding up an area of road along all of the large pillars. And so that will go on to level 3, which is buildings that will be attached to this area of road. And I'm not sure what I want to do for buildings, because I feel like I want to have buildings on level 2, but I'll see what that is later. Anyway, level 2-2, or, I mean, because it's level 2 for the areas that it's over, but it's not for, like, in general. Or level 3, I guess you could say, is going to have an offhang, a slanted offhang, if I can actually pull that off, and that's going to be a apartment building, or at least that's my plan. If not the apartment building, maybe an Octan building. I don't want it to be a mega corporation, ideally, but I might need to, so that's that. In regards to the actual buildings, I do have an idea of what I want to build. So this is the bank from the Spider-Man set that came out last year, and this is the ATMs for that. This is some set, I forgot what it was, but this is meant to be a set right here, and this is going to make up a bit of the floor plan of this like area right here, or that area right here. I haven't really figured that out yet. And here is supposed to be the look from coming in right there. Well, the camera's like here, but coming in from this area where the main runway and ad are is going to be this. So as you can see, we have light fixtures, these supports, these are what these are going to look like ideally. Another slanted face for a building, which is going to be very hard, but I think I can pull it off. And then several just ad screens or holographic computer screens or something like that. I don't really know. All I know is I'm going to have translucent bright orange, I think, right there. And yeah, I'm gonna move on to the actual build now, because I do have the pieces finally, which is why I'm actually making this video, so you'll actually be able to see some progress. So I just finished putting in all of these water plates, and the camera's a little dark right now, I don't know why that is, but as you can see, we have the general shape that I'm trying to get across, and as we look at the plans here for what we have on the base plates, I think I've gotten what we need for just the water areas done, which gives me a relatively large amount of building space. I'll just need to fill in curves around here, probably using a one of those Minecraft things that allow you to like plan out geometry and whatnot, and just use those from the top down. So I'll get back to you guys when I'm done with that. So yeah. Okay, so I just finished with the outline for everything. I have the plating for the road but not the tiling done, and I have it so that this can be separated for travel. I'm not going to take this to anything other than my next house because I'm moving soon, but I do have everything along the outlines done. As you can see, I've been mixing in the mason rubrics, and down here, this is going to be the road. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a bit higher than this, and I'm struggling with how to add depth here, and I really want to get some type of railing, but I don't know what I want to do right now. And if it's something solid, I feel like this would just, as you look right here, make it look kind of weird for the wall. So I'm trying to look at some like bar based railing system for at least the road area. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be forced to do it for the slanted and especially the brick curves. For those, I just used a Minecraft, believe it or not, oval generator, and that helped out, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have done for now. I'll get back to you when I have something different. Alright, so I started on the platforming, and I just filled this area in with pretty much every single 2x2 tile that I own as of now. And I started tiling over the walls in the middle, and I feel like that looks really good. I ordered some pieces for the railing that cost way too much, I really don't want to say. And some things for the pillars, and this is a design that I'm going for. I feel like with the seawall, it really does look really good. And I finished the seawall for most of the area. I just need to put the tiles and railing on it. Oh, right now, I'm just kind of planning out the layout. What I have right now is the Emma's Art Cafe, a little vent between this wall and the small bank from a Spider-Man set, and then the old, relatively old juice bar. And I'm going to have to cut out some of the walls, especially in the back, in order to overlap it with this bakery, and inside of this little pavilion area, gonna have a staircase that takes this place to this place, and the Ninjago shop somewhere around here. So keep your eyes out for that. I feel like this is going to be the end of the video though. So later.